And there are 2 more, September and then another one in October where they have those famous bed races.
Bed races are awesome.
Oh, yeah. It's always a lot of fun.
What's the temperature looking like for that tonight, Howie?
We'll cool down a little better than we did last night. Now, we'll probably still be in the 60s and 70s for that event. I'm talking overnight. Eventually, we'll make it into the 50s. All right, here's another Alert California live shot. That is our McCabe Ridge camera looking northeast into Shasta. That is absolutely picture perfect perfection, if you will, here in Northern California. Okay, so clear and cool tonight, hot and sunny through Saturday, but cooler and breezier by Sunday on Mother's Day. I just talked to Alan a moment ago. So we stayed in the 60s last night in the Valley. Now we'll drop back down into the 50s. That really has been our trend over the last week to 10 days. Weaverville drops down to 45. Alturas just loves dropping into the 30s, the temperature of 35, but not too bad. Nice little warm-up up to 75. But you drop into the Valley, here is what we have. Cooler than today and yesterday by a few degrees as high pressure kind of slides a little away from the area, but still hot and above average. Weaverville and Hayfork, look at that, 80 and 82 degrees. Chester with a high tomorrow of 73 degrees. Let's break it down dynamically. Here's what we have. Okay, so Wednesday, about 24 hours from now, you see as high pressure starts to pull away, we'll start to cool a little bit. But what's going to happen, high pressure is going to make its way back to the area. Well, eventually it's going to start coming our way. And with that, it'll hold these storms off for now. Moisture, cooler air, then look what happens is it starts to come right back on top of us. What does that mean? We're going to heat up again, mid to upper 90s by the end of the week. But high pressure is starting to run its course, getting leaned on by these storms. We'll start to see a little bit of a weakening. These storms, not going to be pictured here. It's going to outrun my data here, but it'll start to drop down these storms, cooler air. We could see isolated thunderstorms in the mountains, and there's a chance part of the valley could see a few showers, but most notably, we will see a cool down because here we are now. I told you that by late in the week, we get into the mid to upper 90s. Remember, we should be about 81 degrees for this time of year in May, but these storms will drop us down potentially below average, but for now, until the end of the week, high pressure clearing out our skies, pushing down and warming us, that is going to keep our temperatures above average. So starting with tomorrow, Wednesday, still, remember, 85 degrees, that's a few degrees above average. But then we jump back into the 90s by Thursday, and look at Friday and Saturday, mid to upper 90s. That's going to help with the sunshine start drying out those fuels. But by Mother's Day, look at that little cool down to 83, but it keeps going. Remember, with rain chances for maybe Monday or into Tuesday, we could see temperature highs in the 60s, and then by Tuesday, we start to warm up a little bit again into the mid 70s. So very hot, but then we do start to cool down just in time for Mother's Day, and if we can squeeze a little rain out of those storms, hey, we'll take every inch we can get before we're not looking back anymore, Alan.
Thanks, Howie.